Hello and welcome to EnglishStoryHub. Let me be clear with you. At some point in life you will face a choice. Play safe or take a risk for something greater. This is the heart of the American dream. The dream is not only about money or success. It is about growing up, making sacrifices, and learning who you are. And if you do not face these choices with clarity, you may live with regret. And regret is a heavy shadow that follows you for years. Why should you listen? Because in this episode, you will not only practice English, you will also discover how one teenager faced challenges, found opportunity, and learned the real cost of ambition. You will meet powerful words like resilience, meaning strength after difficulty, and belonging, the feeling of truly having a place in the world. Stay with me until the end. You will walk away with more than new vocabulary. You will leave with a lesson that can help you make choices in your own life. With courage, with clarity, and without fear. When I was 17, my choices did not feel like only mine. They felt like they belonged to my family, to my parents, and even to the small town where I grew up. My parents believed in safety. For them, a stable job and a quiet life were signs of success. They wanted me to follow the same path, and deep inside I loved them for caring. But another part of me whispered, "What about my dream?" This is a conflict many young people face. In psychology, it is called role conflict. When the role you play as a child in your family clashes with the role you imagine for yourself as an adult. On one side, I wanted to honor my parents' wishes. On the other side, I wanted to explore the wider world. Every dinner became a silent battlefield. My parents talked about neighbors, about family traditions, about staying close. I nodded, but my heart was restless. I wondered, if I choose my own dream, am I betraying them? Am I ungrateful for their sacrifices? That feeling is called guilt, the heavy emotion we feel when we believe we are hurting someone we love. And guilt is powerful because society often agrees with it. In a small town, people notice everything. When a young person leaves, some say, "They are too ambitious." Others whisper, "They forgot their roots." This is social judgment, the pressure of what others will think. It can make the wings of a dream feel heavier than chains. I started to ask myself another question. Who am I living for? If I live only to please others, I may look good on the outside but feel empty inside. If I live only for myself, I may gain freedom, but lose the closeness of family. This is the real dilemma behind the American dream. Not just success or failure, but belonging or independence. At night, I wrote in my notebook, is it wrong to want more? Is it selfish to dream bigger than the place where I was born? These questions were not only about me. They were about the tension between tradition and progress, family and individuality. And this tension is something almost everyone must face at some point in their life. The moment finally came. One Sunday afternoon, my parents sat across from me at the kitchen table. On the table lay two things, the scholarship letter, and my father's calloused hand resting beside it. His eyes were calm but firm. "Stay," he said softly. "Build your life here with us. Don't risk what you already have." My heart beat fast. In that silence, I felt the weight of centuries. Generations who chose safety, who valued duty above dreams. To walk away now felt almost like breaking a sacred promise. My throat was dry. My hands shook. Was I a selfish child? Was I about to become the disappointment in my family story? This is what psychologists call internalized expectations. When the voices of society live inside your own mind, making it hard to tell which thoughts are truly yours. I felt torn between two worlds. Loyalty pulled me back. Hope pulled me forward. I closed my eyes and imagined my future in two pictures. In one I stayed. I worked the same job. I lived in the same streets. I followed the same rhythm of life as my parents. It was safe, but my chest felt heavy, as if something inside me was slowly dying. In the other picture I left. I studied in a city. I faced new fears. I grew strong. Yes, I would stumble. Yes, I would feel lonely. But my chest felt light, alive, full of possibility. And then I understood. The greatest betrayal is not leaving your family. The greatest betrayal is abandoning yourself. Because a child who dares to grow does not dishonor their parents. They honor the sacrifices that made their growth possible. I took a deep breath, lifted the letter, and whispered, "I choose to go." My father said nothing for a long time. My mother looked away. I felt tears in my eyes, but also a strange relief. The decision hurt, but it was honest. In that moment, I remembered a famous quote by Eleanor Roosevelt: "The future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams." These words gave me strength. Dreams are not an escape from duty. They are the path to becoming who we truly are. And so I stepped forward, not against my parents, not against society, but for myself, with respect, with courage, and with trust in the journey ahead. Years later, when I looked back, I realized that saying yes to the unknown was the turning point of my life. First, the road was not easy. I struggled with long nights of study, essays that came back covered in red marks, and weekends working in cafes just to pay the rent. There were times I asked myself, was my father right? Should I have stayed? But every failure became a teacher. Every challenge trained me to be stronger. Slowly, step by step, things began to change. I graduated from university with honors in business and communication. My first job was as an intern in a marketing company. I worked hard, learned from every mistake, and soon I was trusted with real projects. Within a few years, I became a project manager, leading a team of people much older than me. Later, I started my own small company, helping local businesses grow online. The boy from the grocery store, who once stacked boxes in silence, now spoke in meetings, presented ideas, and signed contracts with clients from different countries. The world that once felt so far away was now part of my daily life. And what about my parents? First, they worried. They feared I would fail. But when they came to visit me in the city, when they saw me in my office, introducing them proudly to my colleagues, their eyes softened. They smiled. My mother said quietly, "We were afraid to lose you, but now we see, we didn't lose you. We gained the person you were meant to be." That was the moment I understood. They were never my chains. They were my foundation. Their sacrifices were the soil, and my dreams were the seeds. By daring to grow, I did not betray them. I honored them. So here is the lesson. Choosing the harder road is not rebellion, it is responsibility. Responsibility to yourself, and to the people who raised you, to use the gifts they gave you fully. The American dream is not only about wealth or status. It is about growth. It is about believing that you can become more than the limits around you. As Eleanor Roosevelt once said, "The future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams." And when you dare to believe and dare to act, the dream slowly becomes real. Dreams only live if you dare to follow them. Safety may feel warm today, but growth is waiting outside your comfort zone. If you carry one lesson from this story, let it be this. You are not wrong to dream, you are not selfish to want more, and you are never too small to take the first step. If this touched your heart, let it be the sign you need. Start writing your own story. Believe in your path. And when doubt comes, remember, regret is heavier than failure. Now I want you to share. In the comments, tell me, what dream keeps you awake at night? What step are you ready to take? Your words may be the encouragement someone else is waiting for. And if you want more stories that build your English and your courage, subscribe to English Story Hub. Every episode is a chance to grow, in language, in confidence, in life. Dare to dream. Dare to act. The future is waiting for you.